AI is a revolutionary technology. Now it's already changing things and many, many more changes are coming. Huge changes are coming. And so the way I see it, that AI is really going to take over more and more of our work. And a lot of process, a lot of like knowledge work, writing, even like a lot of bits of communication, like even decision making, lots of decision making is gonna go to AI. Now it started reasoning already, like it's really, really coming. So the big question is, what's gonna be left for us humans, let's say? Like, what will make us good professionals? What will be those things only humans can do that will, let's say, make us relevant in the future?
You're listening to 15-Minute Mastery, a show that empowers you with insights from leading iGaming experts to enhance your personal or business performance. The show is brought to you by the AI-powered data analytics platform Blask and supported by tech-driven affiliate and media company Already Media, Lala Stars, the leading casino partnership program, and Next.io, the world's iGaming community. Hey everyone, and welcome to 15-Minute Mastery. Today we're joined by a very special guest, Andrei Doktoroff. Andrei is an industry veteran, entrepreneur and investor with some very big wins in his career. He brings a really unique perspective with an amazing experience in business, mindfulness and productivity. Now he's an investor at the Intelligent VC. It's great to have you with us, Andrei.
Hi, Dmitry. Great to be here.
Awesome. So let's start. You have founded and scalable some really successful businesses. What were the common challenges you faced in business that sparked your interest in health, mental well-being, and spirituality?
Well, initially, I was always like a big fan of productivity, always growing my results, always being more efficient, like improving my process, improving team process. And initially it was that. But eventually it also was kind of about my overall life strategy, let's say. So when I reached certain, monetary well-being, let's say, financial freedom, I started asking like a little bit deeper questions, like, why am I doing this? Like, what is there more to happiness, etc. So, and I felt kind of this pull in the field of, let's say, inner world, spirituality and mental well-being. And I just went there and, out of interest.
So it's very interesting because many entrepreneurs, they kind of continue, going into the niche they initially were very successful, and you kind of shifted your focus and niche a little bit. So I was really interested, how did you initially approach your study in these new areas, and what benefits did you see in your career that reinforced your belief that mastering this area will have a big impact, not only for you, but the rest of the world?
Yeah, the thing is that after being, I think, in the affiliate business for like 15 years, like really, really deep, I just felt this kind of inner energy, not energy, like inner call to explore more. So I had very, very specific, kind of feeling that I need to move on and to do something else. And also, it was clear that if I only was going for monetary, let's say, growth and efficiency, I should stay here. But yeah, at that time, I understood that I have to listen to this inner calling as well and, try to explore different areas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, this is very interesting because for me, I remember your career and especially the projects which you built previously, because you're one of the oldest and the biggest poker affiliates of all times, right? You've been like a tech investor and, now you became a well-being expert. And so I was really interested to understand, what was the key to diversify your knowledge and mastery in so many areas and venturing into becoming a productivity expert?
I think it's a lot about my nature that I really like. For me, it was a great line in the film about Bill Gates. He was asked a question like, why are you doing all this? And he said this word, optimization. Like, it's exactly about me. So for me, it's my nature to optimize things. And since I reached a certain limit in optimizing, like the technical business stuff, then I went and started to optimize my health, my mental state. my relationships, all the psyche, personality, etc. There's actually a huge, huge journey like inside, let's say. And yeah, I just was exploring and finding a lot of answers, there as well. So eventually, it's still about it's about like search for happiness, search for joy, search for this enjoyment in life, and it just drives me. And I really find these answers and the techniques and what helps, like really both inside and outside. That's why I kind of venture in both directions. And right now, my focus is to bring those together, because there's usually sometimes people get carried away, either like they're too physical, mental, material, too physical or material. They go just business, growth, and then you can go a little bit crazy there, or you can fly off and become a yogi and sit in the cave and just meditate and then reject all the material things. And for me, now the most interesting mission and what I'm mostly doing a lot right now is to actually bridging those together. So in my investment practice and the way how I invest in teams and how I support teams, I try to bring both technical and business knowledge, as well as this mental and productive and basically inner techniques to really help them, become this holistic approach. Because to be honest, they are not separate. The one helps out the other. We're not just doing spirituality to be happy and doing business to be wealthy. No, you do one and it helps the other, and the other way around as well.
Yeah, absolutely love what you just mentioned, because I think a lot of people, especially in iGaming, they operate on the peak level without understanding what is actually behind allowing them to kind of unfold their productivity and their inner spirit. So this is what I really want to dig a little bit deeper and ask you one question about the industry itself. So it's quite challenging and it's demanding a lot of your time, health, well-being. Sometimes you need to suffer with, your work-life balance, with your family time, etc. And I wanted to ask you, what are the biggest health and wellness challenges people in the industry are battling with? This could be iGaming or, entrepreneurship or IT in general.
Yeah, I think entrepreneurship and these high growth companies in general are really under pressure currently, because our work style with all the technology available, we're always connected, markets never close, it's 24/7 work, and you can really go full on and crazy. And if one thinks that just doing more effort will bring more results, it can burn a lot of life aspects, let's say. And I think the most important is to actually really reflect and realize what my life is about, and to really consciously look at different aspects. Because yes, work is amazing. We can do so much great things. We grow, we overcome, we build a lot of relationships, but still it's not everything. That's one thing. And the second thing is we have to be conscious about what affects the quality of our decisions, what affects the quality of our relations. Because these are actually two key aspects. And if we dig a little bit deeper, and if we go into science or even to science, where do our decisions come from? How do we make better decisions? So yes, do we if we are stressed, if we haven't slept well, if we have eaten McDonald's or whatever, if we're in a rush, what kind of decisions will I produce? So I have to think about all these, my sleep, my food, what's in my head, what's in my brain. Also so many neuro studies right now about all the brain states, that usually we're in a beta state, which is basically jumping up and down, like this, a lot of thoughts, full of, my head is full of thoughts. I can't really concentrate. I rush. I jump from one thing to another. And most people are usually only in the beta state. But actually, if we really go in research, much better decisions come from an alpha state, like when we're calm, when we are focused, when we are centered, when we can really like see and feel the environment, the trends, the people. It's actually, it's pretty straightforward and even technical in some aspects. And the same is about relationships. So it's very like, business is all about relationships, how we relate to our team, how we relate to our partners, like, and what kind of person am I? And like, how am I building? How am I engaging the people around me? And will I be more successful? Will people be more willing to do business with me, to devote their resources, their time to me? If I'm like relaxed, if I'm welcoming, if I'm focused, if I'm actually devoting time to the person, if I'm compassionate, if I'm looking to support, or if I'm just running, here's my money, here's a contract, it turns out to be pretty practical.
Yeah, for sure. I really like the way you kind of shared some practical aspects on like what people should do, especially entrepreneurs, to improve their productivity. So I really wanted to touch the other bit, the mindfulness bit, right? Like, can you share some specific mindfulness techniques, like which significantly boosted your business performance and decision making?
Yeah, I would suggest, let's say, if we really focus, I would suggest two very simple things to start. They can actually be in the beginning or actually anywhere in the journey. They are super powerful. So basically, first one is actually journaling. Journaling is like amazing. I did it for a long time. Now I occasionally do it, occasionally not. But journaling just helps us to reflect, to come to the present moment, to really see what's inside. And this is just, it makes wonders. Just, allocate like half an hour in the evening or in the morning, depends on the person, and just write it all out. Like, you'll be amazed what kind of things happen when you just put all that you have in your head, in your heart, on paper. It's a great practice. It will be really raise the awareness. And the second bit, I think, breathing. Breathing is an amazingly powerful practice. I mean, there's plenty of material, different kinds of breathing, like in YouTube, where you can do Wim Hof, you can do like pranayama techniques. So yeah, but basically not something specific, but just working with breathing is super beneficial. I do it every morning. It puts you in a state very fast, even like several minutes of breathing. Can like really like de-stress any situation and put you in a calm, focused, present moment. So yeah, these two would be the first to try.
Wow, I love it. I never tried journaling technique, but I do breath work every day for almost a year now, and I completely agree with you. This is a life changer. Okay, so looking ahead, I want to ask you one more question about AI, because I know that you're venturing into AI, and you're probably one of the most interesting AI experts, which is combining both mindfulness and productivity background. So how do you see relationship between like entrepreneurship, personal well-being will play with the role AI nowadays?
Well, it's super interesting you bringing up this question, and actually there is a very strong link. And the link is basically that yes, I'm a big believer that AI is a revolutionary technology. Now it's already changing things, and many more changes are coming. Huge changes are coming. And so the way I see it, that AI is really going to take over more and more of our work. And a lot of process, a lot of like knowledge work, writing, even like a lot of bits of communication, like even decision making, lots of decision making is going to go to AI. Now it started reasoning already, like it's really coming. So the big question is, what's going to be left for us humans, let's say? Like, what will make us good professionals? What will be those things only humans can do that will let's say, make us relevant in the future? And for me, the answer is actually really, the answer is for me is actually relationships. If you will say one word, like AI in no near future will be able to build these relationships with people, even the team, the clients, etc. There's still a lot of this human touch aspect about like ethics, etc. So we'll definitely keep building and maintaining the relationships. And yeah, maybe obviously some tasks will be left for us, where like the bigger picture, the trend, strategy, even some tactics, like you cannot just gather all the data in the world and just make it all technical. But looking at that future, when all the technical work is going away, like what kind of mind, what kind of heart, what kind of person, let's say, do I need to be to really be a good, let's say, professional and to be successful in that world? I need to be actually this mentally resilient. I need to be flexible. I need to be open. I need to be compassionate. I need to be like really know how to build relationships, how to maintain them, how to support people. Like these are all the qualities that are built, let's say, on this inner journey. Because like just jumping up and down and just doing all the technical stuff and more efforts, it's irrelevant. Like AI can do 100 times or I don't know, million times more than any human being, like of all these technical tasks. So yeah, I think it's a very interesting transition. It is scary in many ways. There's a lot of change coming, and I already know that like lots of people in even certain communities of professionals are really stressed because like they are losing their work. But I'm definitely seeing a brighter future. But we need to adapt. We need to adapt. We need to keep in mind this transition. We need to keep in mind what to focus on, what to invest time now, like to really shape us for this future. And if we do that, it's super amazing. I mean, we're going to have more free time. We're going to have more abundance. But materially, it's going to be a much more abundant world. But also, like, there's also the next point is even like if we go outside work, I'm pretty sure we're going to have much more free time. And the question is, what are we going to do with that free time? Buying more and more things, or just watching more and more Netflix or TikTok? I don't think so. And people, even that, like people are gonna start asking questions. People are gonna start looking inside. Like all this free time, all this energy has to go somewhere, and I believe that it will also go somewhere inside, because like these questions, like what's happiness, who am I, how this thing works, they're gonna keep coming up more and more often.
Well, I absolutely love the way you summarized it, and I think you probably asked the most important question of all questions ever asked on this show is like, what is the happiness? What is next for humanity, etc. So I think this been probably one of the most interesting episodes for me personally, because I focus a lot on the productivity and the mental well-being recently, and I really hope that all the listeners will really find a lot of information, and especially practical information, which they start implementing bit by bit to improve their health and their well-being. Thank you so much, Andrei. It's been a real pleasure to have you here, and I learned a lot from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dmitry. Great opportunity, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.